So we're at our final mini lecture. Yay! And we did see that there are a lot of health behavior change theories and models. And we only went through 3 this week, but there are so many. Why are there so many models? Well, we all have theories about the way things are and why they are the way they are. And this is just human nature. We want to be able to predict how our behaviors will lead to a result, a consequence. This is especially true for when we theorize health behaviors and try to predict health behavior change. Different researchers in different disciplines will develop and test theories that are most of interest to them. In this vein, they'll operationalize theoretical constructs in their theories and connections between different constructs in different ways. For example, think about different theories that have costs, barriers, or punishing reinforcements. These might mean the same things, but they have different names across theories. So luckily, my colleague in North Carolina, Christine Jackson, looked across several theories and found some cross-cutting themes that I'd like to share with you. So the first is that acquiring new behaviors is a process, not an event. And this often entails learning by performing successive approximations of the behavior. And we saw this in the stages of change model. So an example is somebody who's trying to quit smoking may need to take time to plan, get what they need, like their medical aids or their alternatives to smoking, and time. It may take several times for them to actually successfully quit. Another theme is psychological factors like beliefs and values influence how people behave. For example, if a person believes that only sinners contract AIDS, they may not consider using a condom to protect themselves from contracting an STD because they don't believe they're a sinner. So these are things to keep in mind when we're trying to work with people and find out why they might be avoiding a behavior change. Another theme is that the most beneficial or rewarding an experience, the more likely it is to be repeated. The more punishing or unpleasant an experience, the less likely it is to be repeated. This is contingency theory, right? For example, if a person feels like they're being a good driver by not texting while driving, they will be more likely to refrain from texting. That a person who feels anxious, if a person feels anxious about not being able to text while driving or feels out of touch, might not refrain from texting because they feel that they're having an unpleasant experience. Another theme is that behavioral experience can influence expectations and values. And this is not something we've discussed so far, but it's the idea of getting people involved in promoting a behavioral change. So I explained to you about the Save Our Sisters program, where we trained elders in a community to share the message or the benefits of mammograms with other women in their communities. We found that the lay health advisors were part of these communities where mammograms were not something that people did. Because they learned so much and they were sharing the message, they were more likely than not to actually get a mammogram themselves. Another theme is that individuals are not passive responders, but have a proactive role in the behavior change process. So it's important that health promotion efforts involve these people, the people that you're targeting for an intervention, in developing the intervention. This way, relevant beliefs, values, and challenges will be addressed. And that is the type of work that I do. It's community-based participatory research. It's never research on a community or a person. It's research with them. Another theme is social relationships and social norms have a substantial and persistent influence on how people behave. Behavior change may go beyond physical health to achieving socially accepted norms, pleasing important others, and dealing with social pressures. So we saw this in a lot of in the theories that we covered, especially the theory of planned behavior, the idea of trying to do what people expect them to do. Another theme is that behavior is not independent of the context in which it occurs. People influence and are influenced by their physical and social environments. So here we see the importance of multifaceted interventions, such as using the biopsychosocial or the social ecological framework. As we saw in health promotion videos, in the health promotion video that I asked you to look at, due to social and environmental factors, it's not enough to pressure individuals to change if their environment does not support the change. And will their environment support change if people are not demanding it? So it's reciprocal. And finally, the process of applying behavioral science theories in practice situations should be guided by research and evaluation. So, what she's saying here is that theories exist to understand and predict health behaviors. But with research and intervention, we can see how theories and interventions can be modified. So, my final thought to you is that there are ways that we should choose a theory. Selecting a theory or constructs or multiple theories for your work. Okay, so what we're looking for are theories that are complementary with who you're trying to intervene with. Are they school children or clinic populations? You want theories that have assumptions that fit the characteristics of those you're trying to serve. Fit the characteristics of males or females or rural versus urban communities, gang, policymakers, and norms. You want theories that are relevant to the level at which you're trying to intervene. If you want to use the health belief model, that's probably better if you're just focusing on the individual. If you're focusing on interpersonal relationships, you might focus on the theory of planned behavior and stages of change. Organizational, community, and policy all have their own sets of theories. You want things that are useful with the type of behavior issue you're trying to change. Is it indeed a one-term event, or are you looking at a lifelong behavior change that might involve relapse? And you want theories that have in some way been tested in similar populations or settings. That's not to say that you can't apply your own theory and test it. That to me is called practice-based theory as opposed to theory-based practice. We have to start somewhere. So we've covered a lot this week. I hope that the lectures, the readings, the book, and the examples have been helpful. If you have any questions at all, please just contact me and we can talk. This might seem very easy to some of you. To me, it seems very complex. So definitely share your thoughts with me. And thank you for being in the class.